Your old lady's in the shower. She's pregnant. You're having your first baby. What could go wrong? Everything. You're getting ready to go to a family function and you look down at the table and you see her phone is ringing and you see her sister's name. You're getting ready to meet up with the family, so you decide, you know what, let me pick it up and let her know that we're on the way. So you pick it up and the first thing you hear is an inmate saying, let me speak to my baby mother. So you have a big fallout. She decides to choose you over him. She says he's an ex. She's not with him anymore. Tell me what you would do in this situation, but this is where the story begins. Where it ends, in a prison cell. Let's get into it. Go by, you're with this woman that you never felt the way that you feel about her with any other woman in your life, but she is a toxic woman. You argue all the time, but she's pregnant with your child. So you're looking at your life, your future. You're like, this could actually work. She's telling you she should have an abortion. You're telling her you should have an abortion. Then when you're not arguing anymore, you both feel bad because you said it. But one day she disappears. And you don't know where she is. You keep calling her. She doesn't pick up the phone. And you live together. This is crazy. She is not answering the phone. Days have went by. Finally, she hits you up and she tells you, I'm in the hospital. I had a miscarriage. So you say to her, but you're 5 months pregnant. How do you have a miscarriage? Not understanding how this works. So you say you're on the way. What hospital you at? And she tells you, don't worry about it. I'm tired right now. I'm going to go to sleep. Don't worry about it. But you're like, no, hell no. Like, you just lost our baby. So you're on the way. You drive down an hour to get where she is, Jacoby Hospital in the Bronx. When you get into the hospital, you get towards a room, you see the doctor coming out. You ask the doctor what happened. You're expecting him to explain to you what happened with the baby, the whole situation. But the doctor tells you it's a confidentiality thing. He can't talk to you about what happened with the baby. So you see her sitting in the bed and you're confused. What's going on? Like, you're so frantic. And she's like, yeah, I lost the baby. I can't believe it. All this fighting that we were doing, must have brought this on. So just something doesn't sit right with you. So going through this situation, you got to talk to somebody. So you go to your block, start talking to some of your homeboys, and you're all talking about it. And they're like, listen, bro, we think that she had an abortion, because why would they tell you that they can't talk to you about her diagnosis? She had to tell them that she didn't want you to know. So you feel in your gut that they're right. So you confront her about it and you have the whole conversation. She denies it to the bitter end. So you don't want to just accuse her of doing it with no evidence, but you know deep in your heart, she may have done this. She may have killed your 5-month-old baby. So you try to do the right thing and you say, you know what? Maybe it just wasn't the time for us. We'll revisit this later on down the line. So it happens. Months go by, she gets pregnant again. And here is when things get drastically worse. The way you get your money is of the illegal form. You hustle. This is the way you get your money. So one day you're driving in your Navigator and you get pulled over. Someone informed on you. You get caught with a couple of things and you get locked up. Worst timing in the world because you're about to have a kid. So fortunately you have some money in the house. You call her, she gets the money, she bails you out. Now you have this whole case on your back. You don't know how long you're gonna go away for. You don't know what kind of time you're looking at. So you tell her, I don't think this is a good time to have a baby. I think we should have an abortion. You do your own thing if I have to do time. And then when I get back home, you do what you gotta do. If you're single, you try to get back together. If you're happy, then, I'll find my own situation. So she says, no way. This is our family. Let's build our family. I'll ride it out with you. If you're gonna have to do time, I'll do the time with you and we'll get through this. So it turns out that you're gonna have to do a couple of years. So you go up north. At first, she visits here and there because it's closer. Then you get shipped out somewhere that's 10 hours away in Buffalo. It's too far for her to come on a regular basis. So now you start to lose touch a little bit. Letters come slowly and you live for them. And you're getting letters saying that the baby's coming soon. As soon as I have the baby, I'm gonna bring the baby through. So she comes. Your first visit Seeing your daughter, you get to hold your daughter for the first time, and it's when you're in prison. Very bittersweet, but happy on the same token. They say the baby is born with issues, certain health issues, so they don't know how she's gonna turn out in the long run. So that's a stress of yours, along with being locked up. So you're writing and you can't wait to see her again for the next visit, and she doesn't come on the next visit. So the next visit after that, she finally comes. When she comes, she's by herself, and you're like, where's the baby at? Like, why didn't you bring the baby? And then she's like, sit down, we need to talk. So you're like, you don't know what's going on, but you got a bad feeling. She sits down and she tells you the baby was taken away by child services, and now I don't know what I'm gonna do to get her back. So you automatically slam your hand on the table because you're so upset that she jumps because she thinks you're about to hit her. And it crosses your mind because you're so upset. So you ask her, is she with my mother or my sister? Thinking that she would do the right thing and hand it to your mother or something. No, she was embarrassed. So she told him that your child has no family but you in a prison cell. And she's with some random woman in Harlem that you have no idea how she's being treated. To make matters even worse, a couple months go by. Christmas time. The most wonderful time of the year, right? Wrong. Not in this story. You get a letter. In the letter, it tells you, sorry to do this. I know it's Christmas time, but I can't do this anymore. I need to see other people and live my life because you're up there, I'm down here. Exactly what you told her in the beginning that she should do, and she said she didn't want to do, she winds up doing it. And she does it on Christmas. So you're dealing with the loss of your daughter and the loss of the mother of your child at the same time while you're locked up. So for months and months and months, you hear nothing from her, it's completely over. Finally, you get out. When you get out, your homeboy picks you up. You get back to the block, a whole group of your friends, family, everybody's so happy to see you. It's such a joyous moment. She walks up, holding the baby. You haven't seen the baby since that first visit, so it's like a joyful experience. You got tears coming out of your eyes, and then she pulls you to the side, talks about how she messed up and how she wants to be with you again. What would you do in this situation? So you say, no, it's not gonna happen. No way. One of your so-called closest friends pulls you to the side and says, listen, I understand what she did. It's a low life, but this is your kid. This is your family. You need to fight for your family. How do you think this story ends? Because she only had the baby for a visit. Do they get together and work together to fix this problem? Or does it get even darker on the next episode? Let me know what you think.
Ooh.